Alrighty, so here we have part 3 of the accessories and mods that I've done to the GLI. I installed a dress bolt kit from zspec. That's what it looks like. And then I also got all the CNC aluminum parts. And I did start to wrap my cold air intake, but I bought the 2" by 15" roll. That was not enough, so I ordered 2 more, and I'm gonna finish wrapping that up and taking all the crinkles out of it. So the first things here is the coolant cap. When you swap it out, take the pressure valve off the OEM one and install it in this one. Takes like 30 seconds. I got 2 little flathead screwdrivers to pop it out. Make sure you remember the orientation, just so you don't try to force it in backwards. And then I also have the AC service ports. With this ones, I had to order a universal cap kit from Amazon and then install them because the OEM plastic caps are too wide. But they do have little set screws right there. So once you install the Amazon universal kit, they'll fit perfect. And obviously, I'll be putting all the link in all the items in the description. So the oil cap is right there, and we have the dipstick. It comes with 2 little set screws to hold it in place. I did, however, also add some JB Weld inside it just because I didn't trust those 2 little set screws. Now you do have to reuse your OEM dipstick, so figure out a way to break the plastic off of it, but without damaging the dipstick. Do not cut the dipstick because then it will throw your entire oil level measurement off. So keep that in mind. And then I also got the oil filter housing from SK Custom. The reason I got it from them and not the other company is it already comes fully assembled, so you just have to swap out the new oil filter and that's it. Versus with this ones, you have to actually remove the components from the OEM housing and then install them onto the other one. And I got the washer cap as well, and then the brake fluid reservoir cap. Now, I drove the car pretty heavily for a few days just to make sure there was no issues with the coolant. Everything came out okay. I didn't notice any issues with the idling or with both the oil cap and the dipstick. So there's definitely no vacuum leaks or unmeasured air entering the engine. Have not had any issues with that. So you can see there's no leaks. And then for the brake fluid, I got some test strips, checked out the fluid, and it's been a few weeks since I've had this on here, but I recently tested it again and nothing changed, so there's definitely no extra moisture going into it, and it's got a pretty tight seal. Now, I took the little fender braces here, I'm not sure if that's what they're called, but took those off and I painted them black, a little crinkle black, not too heavy. And then I have this little switch right here, which is for that. Installed the little LED strip for my engine, so I could have a engine hood light, so I could have that routed into the back, have it all taped off. I did leave that exposed just because I want to show you that the wires are a little thin. So make sure when you wrap it that you also have an additional insert to wrap it with. What I ended up buying was the little twine wire that you would use for weed whackers, and I routed it through it and I taped all 3 pieces together. That way it had some extra support and I wouldn't be like rubbing against anything. So ideally this would fit perfectly on this side right here, no problems. So I ended up having to route it to this side just because it looks a little more professional and I'm able to wrap it with the actual wiring harness of the hood itself. And I routed it through the bottom down here. Got some little clips right there to hold it in place. And then it's got its power source from here. And it does come with a little amp. So that's why I routed the power source through there, because if it does blow, it's not gonna damage anything because it's a very small lamp. I think it's like 5 amps, or maybe a little less anyways, but yeah, it's there. So routed it through there. So you can change the height of this. I think that's about 1/2 inch for me, maybe a little more, but not much more. And I also did put this little piece of foam up here, right here. So when I close the hood, it indents into that, and that actually turns the light off. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've done with the vehicle so far, as the just accessories for the engine. When you do this Z-spec design, this is the stage 1. I want to order stage 3 so I can do all the other stuff. I just want to see what it looked like. Do one at a time. The bags do come labeled to tell you what goes where. So it also comes in the top one for the latch. The bottom one I have not done because I have to actually take the whole bumper off to do it, but I'm gonna wait for that until I do like an oil intercooler or something like that, so I can actually just do everything at once. But everything else works fine, no issues whatsoever. I do have the fuel cap as well added. There's the fuel cap. It has not thrown any evap codes or check engine light has come on at all, so everything works fine. So it's fully assembled, so when you get this one, take out your old one, it comes with the clip itself too, and boom, ready to go. I also installed some side window louvers. That's what they look like. It does come with 3M tape, although I don't believe it's genuine 3M tape, so I just went to the parts store and got some, and some primer for the 3M tape so it could actually stick better. So same thing with this side. That was installed. I finally painted the spoiler. I do have to do a little bit of a touch-up and repaint it because I had some runoff right here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but right there. So, oh, you can see right here, but yeah, just get some real fine sandpaper, sand it down, and then do a couple of layers. I also did a little black accent in the bumper, and I'm gonna fix that as well. I took it to the car wash already, and nothing faded, so I wanted to make sure it held. But I'll post a link in the description also of the paints that I used and the clear coats and all that, so it actually sticks properly. But yeah. I also installed a rear chassis brace from ECS Tuning. The one that I had ordered from Rolls Performance did not work for this car. The rear brace mounting points worked, however the subframe brace points did not work at all. So I would have to drill into the subframe, tap it, and then put the inserts and bolts and make it work. But it was too close to the already pre-drill holes that come in the subframe, and I felt that would have just weakened its performance, and probably, you know, like cost, you know, the subframe itself to like bend in that particular spot. Not bend the subframe, but the steel, because it would have been two holes right next to each other and weaken it. So I decided to skip that. Now I also painted the engine cover, and I ordered this intake manifold cover. I am going to be repainting them. This was just a trial run to see what it would look like. Obviously you can see there's a lot of spots that I missed, but like I said, it was just a trial run. So I'm gonna actually strip everything down. Same thing with this and this. And then I'm going to sand them down, prime it, and I'm going to use a high gloss black and Duplicolor sells, I believe, a high heat clear coat that you can spray, and what it'll do is it'll make it to where it has this like chameleon effect, but only in certain light conditions. So it's hard to describe, but I'll definitely be making a video on that as well and show you guys what it looks like. But so far, that's everything that I've done to the 2021 GLIS. If you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. And like I said, all the links are going to be in the description for all the items that I used. Anyways, take care.